The dip over. That is my question for Joel. It's my question for all of you because it's a repeat of yesterday. We are up in every major index, up in every sector, up in crypto. Something like 460 out of the 500 S&P stocks are higher today. What a day. We're going to talk about that with Joel right now. Let's do it. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel, you've been
Good
doing
afternoon, Spencer.
a lot of buying in the last couple of days. You single-handedly
Yeah. If you're not buying, you're crying. How's that?
That's it. That's exactly it. If you ain't buying, you're crying. What a rip.
What a rip. I mean, thought we might just hang out in the not going to the danger zone and maybe not going to the happy zone.
It's
I
all about the
did
exuberance zone.
the exuberant zone. That's what we need here. We just got momentum right through that pre-market high. Basically, never looked back. We got all the way to 44.9250. That's in the area of a couple highs. That's really about it. There wasn't much out there. 90 46 88.50. That was your closing high back on November 23rd. That was your third all-time closing high, and you see some profit takers coming in here in the last hour. But when you considered we traded 44.92 and a quarter on Friday before that big bump, a little bit of a pullback. This is really not much. Let's move crude oil helping the oil stocks. Crude up 216 at 71.65. That did trade as high as 73.03. So that's a look at the crude. Let's see the crude chart here. Was that 50% yet? Did I mark that? Nope, 73.62. Gold has a little luster today, up 670 at 1786.20. Silver in the green a little bit more on a percentage basis. That's up 27 cents at 22.53. Bitcoin having a good day, trying to get that close back over 50K, up 1730 at 50,006.930. And Ethereum futures are having a good day too as well. They're up $105 at 43.1250.
All right, since we're talking about it in the chat, let's go to the vaccine names right now. Pfizer, BioNTech, spiking here. We just got a headline a few minutes ago out of South Africa. A study showed that the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine is effective against the Omicron variant. It's not as effective as it was against the Beta variant, but still looks to be pretty effective here. So that's why Pfizer and BNTX just spiked. Actually, all the vaccine names, I think, maybe just spiked. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, as we talked before, stocks just not re- reacting the same, as they did to the initial vaccine. I could give you some technicals on Pfizer if you really want them. Not having a great day, pulling back, filling the gap that you had from at the end of November. Not much to say. Gonna barely have a green day off this news, so not real market moving news to
Yeah.
me. Moderna pulling back. That boy, what a sale Triple D had at 370 in that one. Like I said, it's just you know, is that coming back down to 260 zone? Yeah, a little bit, maybe a little bit of the selling done, but once again, it's just they don't react to the news the way they did initially.
No. All right, Joel. Let's start with Intel here. This is how you've influenced me because on the daily chart for Intel today will probably go down as a pretty good looking day, good looking candle. But like,
Yeah,
it's hard for me to feel super enthusiastic when I know we were at $56 at 8 a.m. this morning, or was it 8 a.m. or maybe earlier? It was seven.
yeah.
It was 7 a.m. 7 a.m. And now we're at 50. We're down $4 since then. So it's hard for me to feel great about that, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's just the victim of short term trading, option trading. locking in those gains. And, that's just what you saw there, that pre-market high. We actually talked about 55. And the reason we talked about 55 this morning is because, hey, that had to gap down from earnings. Look at all the people that got their money back. The high on the low on that day, 54.83. Boom. You go to 55 even. I mean, I'm off by 17 cents, but just everybody here sitting on some nice profits. Everybody here that got smoked. Oh, I'm getting out at 55. But that's okay. I mean, I own this long term. Let it drift back down to here. Let it come into 51, 52, and be a lot more excited about trying it on the long side. I mean, you don't know what the mobile IPO is going to bring. There's a lot of unknowns. Just a little bit too fast for Intel. Once again, using your gap fills and your daily levels probably got you off a pretty good trade if you were playing it from trying to exit a long or short side.
We
Long term, we'll see.
we talk about the imbalances and the size of them, and last week we were seeing some selling balances at the close of several $billions, right? 3, 4, 5 billion to sell into the close. The last couple of days we were seeing selling balances of a couple hundred million, maybe maybe half a bill. Today, 84 million to sell. These sellers are tired. They are exhausted. There is no more selling to be done. We have to just buy, buy, buy.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? That's a preliminary look. That we're
That's a good
getting on
point.
that. Maybe there was a lot. There was obviously some scale up selling going on during the day. Some major selling going on now as we're heading into the close. We're now 20 handles off the high. So it's like I said, those balances were having an impact on the market before, but not as much now. I mean, heading into the close, 150-point rally or more than that, right? Yeah, almost a 200-point rally in since Friday morning. Sellers out there during the day as opposed to waiting to do it on the close.
So here's what I think we do right now, Joel, because we got basically almost every single stock trading higher today. Like, unless you're Comcast, right, and you're lower, or actually that whole space is Comcast, Charter, I think Verizon, AT&T. They're all down today. So basically, with the exception of those guys, I know there are a handful of others here and there. You're higher, and so pretty broad based rally. And what I think we do here now is we say, okay, which of these stocks that have rallied in the past couple of days have been in massive downtrends, and we pick on those first, right? Like Zoom, which is up $13 since yesterday, right? Or how's Teladoc doing? Yeah, up $12 since yesterday, right? Or how's Beyond Meat doing? Up $8 since yesterday, right? Stocks in massive downtrends this year. Maybe pick on those first, rather than trying to pick on, I don't know, and trying to short Amazon here, right? Trying to short Apple. Don't think that's prudent. Apple's at all time highs, so definitely don't do that. But
What was the one that was crazy up? Snowflake.
yeah,
Oh, now that one was juicy. Now, did we even see the pre-market levels in that one? Let's see here. Well, there wasn't much. Wait, let's see. This is up $24. Wasn't it higher than that?
Snowflake.
Which one was up like $100?
Oh, MongoDB, MDB.
Okay, I
Yeah,
gotta take a look. Yeah, I
yeah.
got it.
That one gave a little bit back, a little bit,
Let
but
me see. Let me see. I
still
just gotta
it's
see
still
this
well
one.
up there.
I mean, you see a stock of $100. I mean, don't you feel like you automatically have to sell it? I mean, they didn't come in much. This one it gave you a look at the pre-market high. This is interesting. Pre-market high 5 1/4, and that was a good level. Regular session high 5 1/4. So I mean, it came in not a whole lot. A lot of it was in the first 45 minutes. But yeah, it gave a little. I mean, a lot of people got their money back, and right there, using pre-market high would have been one heck of a level as it matched the high of the day.
Yeah, James is mentioning space as well. These stocks that are massive downtrends that have gone up. I would rather pick on those and try to pick on some of the.
Yeah, with those though, like
But then you know what? Can you pull up Jumia? Because this is also this is probably what you're gonna say, right? Is Jumia has been so punished, and now it's up
yeah.
20% today. Like you can get, I don't know what the short interest is. I could look it up quickly here. I'm sure it's probably high. Maybe it's not high. Let's see if I can look up the short interest right now in Jumia. You can get like a squeeze. 20%. That's not nothing. So yeah, you get like a squeeze in Jumia. You find yourself at 20 one day, right? I mean,
I mean, just my, contrarianism coming out, it's just it's always contrarian. It can be to your detriment or, can work positive for you. But, you're shorting this thing at, okay, you short it now, you absolutely have to be out over $14, right? Because
what's
1406 was a high today, 1419 yesterday. There's a difference between selling to take profits on a long and selling to initiate a short. And the other market dynamic that I want to discuss with people is, okay, yeah, you're shorting this, right? And maybe you got a good sell off at 13.99, only went to 1406. Is it going to go back to $10? Are there people that missed the low of the move yesterday? Are there people that shorted it at 10 yesterday think it's going to 9? So I think about, the dynamics of things, and it's just, yeah, it might be a good short. Or if you had a 10, if you bought it at 10.05 and you had a 13.95 target, sure, and take it off the table. But these kind of moves, I look, well, yeah, I could get a good short off, but the buyers are going to step in there too. So that's the way that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm just so taken aback at just the buying pressure the last 2 days, and I was bullish last week, but I I was you had me shaking a little bit on
You
Friday,
know what? This
on
whole
on,
thing,
on Friday and Friday and
it
Monday.
was.
You had
Well,
me
let's go
shaking.
back. Let's do a little revisionist history. When did this all really start? When did the market start to get start jonesing? When was it?
When you say jonesing,
I mean, just like freaking out. Like really, like whoo boy, big
yeah,
sell off, big
it was
volatility.
the week of Thanksgiving,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And the peculiar timing of it after on the Thursday of Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
the SPUs actually hit 46 or 47.17 in that abbreviated session on Thursday. So that's when it started, okay? And then you get Pump and Powell turning into pessimistic Powell, right? On Tuesday and Wednesday.
yeah.
But no one's worried about interest rates right now. No one is worried about the Fed meeting next
I
week.
yeah.
No one is worried about higher interest
I
rates.
don't think that's right. I agree with you, but I don't think that's going to change. That has to change, Joel. Fast
Nothing
forward,
has to do
dude.
anything.
I'm telling in a week, right? Because the meeting is Tuesday and Wednesday.
Hmm.
So next Wednesday is the press conference and the announcement. So like Tuesday, I don't know. I just can't. It's not this easy. It's not this easy. Nothing has changed from a macro standpoint.
Nope, not
He's
at all.
he's
We
still
still
gonna
have inflation,
he's
but
still, he's
it's
still going to come out probably and say, yeah, we're going to speed up the taper. We'll probably do one hike in the first half, maybe, or maybe two hikes in the second half of next year. Um, and, and, and I would have thought that, the post meeting clarity would be a good sign either way. I did not anticipate a run up like this. Maybe this, I don't know what this is. Well, hindsight 2020, but in the moment it's kind of hard to step in front of it, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, stepping in front of it, or I mean, there's a difference between stepping in front of it and taking profits on longs. Would I be initiating any longs up here? I mean, debate, the situation on the stock, maybe. But I mean, as far as like, you're buying the S&Ps here after, like I said, a 200 point, actually, it was a 200, the low was 92 even. So it was a 250 point rally since it was what, 10, let's go to the ES here. I mean, because it looked on Friday that we were gonna close on the low. Remember that? Boom,
Yeah.
boom, right here. Right here. This was the last. I believe this was the last hour. This is the after hours trading and traded up to. It looked pretty bad. It looked pretty bad on Friday. Like we were going to close near that low, and actually in the last hour of the day, we made the 44.92 low, which is the actual low of the move. And I think it was like 10 till because I remember looking at the shorter term charts, and you closed at 45.37 and a quarter. So it's a quick move, and the market does what the market does and digest. But you had a lot of people probably. I mean, I was thinking more of a trading range. Maybe we hit the top of chop around 45 and a half, 4600. But you get some favorable news, which actually Brent, like I keep saying this, but Brent talked about this on Pre-Market Prep Plus on Monday.
Uh-huh.
Really, the exact same stuff that you're reading now and seeing now. It's just, man, sometimes you can rally a couple times on the same headline.
Yeah, I'm sort of scratching. The reason I'm scratching my head is because like I was so bullish, and right when I start to get a little bit nervous is when the market turns again. So I don't know, but whatever. On the earnings front, we got a couple good ones tonight. Toll Brothers tonight. We got Dave and Buster's tonight. Stitch Fix. Speaking of high flying growth stock that's been up over the past couple of days, Stitch Fix in a massive downtrend this year. Had reports earnings tonight. Uh, let's look at play here. Play is to me is like your ultimate reopening play, right? It's Chucky. You always say it's Chuck E. Cheese for adults. We never talk about this stock. It actually has gained a lot of its COVID losses, most of its COVID losses back, because I think February of last year it was at 50 or 40, it was in the high 40s, mid to high 40s. We're at 33 right now, so it's come most of the way there. What are your thoughts on play?
Hard bottom at 30. You can see that there was a large institution or institutions, 4 sessions in a row, 30 10, 30 10, 29.83, 29.94, accumulating a big position. You had the late day rally yesterday. You had the follow through to 34.44. If you thought you missed the move on this, and if you're looking at it, if they don't have a great report, boom, $32 is just about halfway back of this move here. You can pick it up at 32 and lean on the low of the move, just under 30. I think the buyers that were at 30 may step up to 31 on any kind of weakness, or 31 and a half. You don't know, but you had a nice pattern there. You found the support, the good day yesterday, and you got the follow through. If you're looking for more, we'll keep a real close eye on this 34.44 market, focusing on your daily lows or daily highs. Your high for the month was 34 and a quarter. You got the 34.44 today, so you're backing off. So 32, or excuse me, 32 if you're looking to buy this on the retreat. And if you're really looking for it to get moving to the upside, a move above, let's call it 34.50 just to give it a little bit of room.
All right. Job particulars in the chat. We'll take a look for the final few minutes of the show today. Um, Dan K wants to know what everyone's doing with GameStop. It's so tough. I did look at the GME chart as it pertains to the last few earnings reports, just the last couple, and I didn't see a lot because the stock. If you look up the daily on GameStop, it did their earnings report in June marked a short-term bottom, and the report in March marked a short-term top. So really hard to say here on GameStop. My hypothesis, Joel, tell me what you think about this, is that I don't know what GameStop will do overnight, obviously, after it reports tomorrow after the close. I don't know what it'll do after that. But my thinking was on Thursday, GameStop will just go with the cues, right? It'll go with tech, it'll go with growth. If ARKK is up on Thursday, GameStop is going to be up on Thursday, and vice versa. Are you down with that?
Well, I think GameStop is kind of has a mind of its own in
Sure.
these markets. So it reports after Thursday.
After
I
Wednesday.
mean, if you're looking for more on the upside here, your 3 day high is up here at 183.93. Got 81.98. So above there it opens up 187.43, then 200.11. So there, I don't. there's nothing jumping out at me. If I felt like I had to go long into the report, tomorrow, what did we have a move off that low? Like 159 to 182, 69, 79, 22 point move. That's what maybe 170, 171 area is where I'd be looking at if I wanted to try a long. And I'd only lean on that
Yeah,
170.51.
I'm
Do we get
I'm
some
looking at
negative news there as we just cracked 44.70, now trading in the mid 44? We just traded 66. Did we
um
Afrin, we are losing altitude.
yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a headline from Biden, and I'm seeing a bigger sell imbalance now. That could be it. Just last thing, just to close the book on GameStop, I'm looking at the historical stock patterns coming out of earnings, and there is no pattern. This thing, there's no trend. I can't tell you. Oh, user trades higher, user trades lower. No trend.
I
So
mean, yeah, I mean, I can't even,
just-
usually, like, if I really, if I have to take this long to look at a chart to
yeah,
give you my opinion,
yeah, it's hard.
it's time to move on.
Yeah.
I don't know what to. I just I wish I knew, man. Well, I don't know anything. Jay Rice just had 3.2 billion this
All
year.
right. Yeah.
If
So
it takes you
that's all
that
fair.
long to
Sell
look at a chart and figure out what the hell's going on, next.
Yes. All balance has gotten bigger. There, that's the bottom line. Okay. Let's do Jim Morgan. I have a secret tool that I use. Maybe I'll tell you about it if I'm in a good mood. Let's go to the chat and see what Toronto Dave nibbled on Neo yesterday. NIL. I mean,
NIO.
it's up with the rest of everything that was punished. It's been up the last 2 days.
Wow, Neil got to $30.
$34 actually.
No, yesterday it traded under $30.
Yeah.
29.66, and now you're leaking. Oh boy, that was a quick 5 point move. 32. If I felt like I missed the move, I had to own this. I'd look at 32 and lean on the low of the move.
All right. Drop those tickers and we'll give you our 2 cents. What else we got here? We got let's scroll here. What do I see? What do I see? Oh, here we got a couple of good tickers here from Jim. Whoops. Let me see this one. Sure. Let's look at let's look at FNF. Fidelity National. We're going
SNF?
F Frank Nancy Frank. We're going financials here.
We're going.
Insurance play.
I'd be careful on this one because you had the sellers lined up over 51, right? You had three, four highs in this area, and then it snuck above the 51.49, and now we're back. We're actually near the low closer to the low than the high. What I wouldn't focus so much on 51 now, or that 50.90 to 51 seller. They cleared it out. But what seems more important to me would be this close for today. That wherever that may be at 4 p.m. today, that be my focus number. You hold, good day. You hold the close tomorrow. You take another run in the 51 handle. But I think you got a few people fooled when you got over, into the 51 handle today. Got more people fooled when you took out 51. Oh, look at that. 51.48. Your Nove 29 high. Your high today, 51.49. So there's your bogey. I mean, this thing's right up here near all-time highs. So, right? Fidelity. And not too much to worry about here in Fidelity land.
Well, it's Fidelity National. It's not the
Oh,
broker.
it's not Fidelity. Fidelity.
No, it's
Okay.
not. But so some interesting tickers here from Jim. He's looking at
Let's go, Jim.
T Rowe Price, which is TROW. I'm a customer there. Blackstone BX. There's some names that we don't talk about too often, off the beaten path.
T Rowe, dip.
Higher rates, right, Joel? Higher rates is good. Yes.
Yeah, good for these institutions. More thinly traded, $200 and some stock. This is where it has to prove itself. Right here, right now, 204.59. That was your high back on the first. Today, your high 204.60. You backed off now. You backed off to under 204. So once again, hit a good number, backed off. Wouldn't be looking for a ton more upside until you broke above that double top at 204.60. Then things open up to 207.03. If you were selling into that selling balance, you're getting your face ripped off. We just rallied 15 handles, so got to be careful those following those imbalances too closely. Back up at 46.83, just like that. 46.84.
What about Zim Shipping? ZIM. This is from Erez Shapira. Zim Shipping. Shipping has been wow. Actually, the volume on this stock uh has been
60, 60,
oh,
60.
nice.
Man, oh man, that was a good level. I would have told you that this morning. 60 today it hit. 60 was here it hit. 60.09. Backed off $2. That's not exactly what you want to see. So I'd say breakout above 60, yeah, but you're going to have some work to do now. I don't anticipate this turning right around from that kind of reversal, going straight back up to 60. But that would signify your next breakout. You also had a high back in this area at 59.70. So institutional sellers looking at $60.
How about PBR, Joel? Petrobras. We never talk about this one, and I'm not that we ever did before, but um, you
It's
know,
a low volume, not
yeah,
low volume, heavy volume, actually. This used to trade a lot more actively. And this is the Brazilian oil company, if I remember
yes, it
correctly.
is. Yes, it is.
This is giving you a setup on the monthlies, and it's been in a trading range going back the last 4 months. A pretty well-defined trading range is that. You're bumping up against the upper end of the trading range, and I'm just gonna call that, man, $11. This thing could be breaking out. 11.19, your December or your October high, your current high, 11.17, pressing up, 11.14 high. It was just at 960 a couple days ago. This has just been a stealth 3-day run, but man, a lot of potential here to break out. It'd be one of these kind of breakouts where, if I bought it here at 11.15, 11.20, you're not gonna have to tell me at 10.80 that I'm wrong. I would, play it from the breakout, but it's a 4 month trading range, pressing up against the upper end of the trading range.
We'll do one more. We'll do, and a few people mentioning American Airlines. Yeah, that was out this morning that the CEO,
Was?
the CEO is leaving, right? That was out this morning. It was out
How
12.
they treat him? Did they like the CEO, or he's
They
like,
do.
I'm done with this stuff. Pandemic, schmandemic. I'm
Well,
out of
no,
here.
I don't think that was it. I think he because this was not planned. I think he was mentioned in the Jeffrey Epstein lawsuit. So I
Oh,
think
really?
he's just getting out. Yeah.
They're getting out while the getting's good. Man, that's not good. Good thing we never had him on the show. Uh,
Yeah, I would say so. Although we have had convicted felons on this show before.
yes, we have, and we have
Two,
people.
actually. Two.
We do, and yeah, and after they were already in the slammer, didn't we talk to him, right? Or did we talk to
No,
him from the
no,
slammer?
no. It was before. It was
It was
before.
before he went in the slammer.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, wild close, 20 handle rally, selling balances, schmelling balances. They bought it up. Great close here. Nice bounce. 95 handles. This is got to be one of the best 2-day stretches I can remember in this market in a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
keep your eye, on the news. If you're hitting any, your targets today, folks, on stuff, I don't think I'd be, too choosy about it. This is really a really exceptional 2-day rally. We got some bogeys on the upside to keep an eye on. 92.50. Couldn't quite get that all-time closing high. That stands at 47.0150.
All right. And to those asking who the felons were, we had Martin Shkreli on the show in 2016, And then we had someone else who went on to commit securities fraud after he had been on our show. So that's the answer to that question. All right, 4 o'clock, pencils down, everyone. Another great day.
Look at that, right back up. The 4 o'clock buyers, man. People sold it in the hole here. We're 2.5 points from the highs. So, all right, everybody, have a great night. I can't guarantee you tomorrow's going to be as exciting as today.
All right, have a good one, Joe. I just want to give a quick shout out before we go to the Benzinga Pro development team, the developers here on Benzinga, because I'm sure a lot of you saw this. A lot of AWS, Amazon Web Services outages today. We did not have a single outage on Benzinga Pro today. So huge shout out to the guys on our dev team for fighting through. I saw a lot of reports of reports of CNBC outages, of Disney outages, but not on Benzinga. Not on Benzinga Pro. So huge shout out to those guys today. All right, Money Mix is going live right now. I'm going to end this stream, redirect to that. Everyone hit that like button, please, and thank you. And I will see you tomorrow morning.